Who's going to do all the presenting today?
So this is our committee of the whole presentation presented by us, the Technology and Management Program class.
First part, what is TAP? Secondly, water issues in Yarmouth, such as water filling stations, algae blooms, litter, and water scarcity. Lastly, coastline safety app.
So firstly, what is TAP? I am Charlie McLaughlin.
And I am Blaise Bridgewater. So what is TAP? It's a 6-year program at no cost to students, 4 years in YCMHS and 2 years at NSCC. It is only offered in Nova Scotia. Only a small number of other schools in our province have this program.
How is TAP different from other programs around Nova Scotia? We get to have the most contact with technology, such as our Chromebooks, desktop PCs, 3D printers, server bases, and video equipment. We also get to go on a lot of field trips and experience things in the workplace. And we do a lot more group work instead of individual work.
Project-based learning. The TAP program follows a project-based learning module, which means that researching and solving problems is what we do.
Here are some of the projects we've accomplished. We went through a logo design process, and we took that logo. We actually screen printed it onto these shirts. And our upcoming project, which we've touched on a little bit, is how safe is our water. Some of our field trips include a 3-day conference trip to Halifax. We visited a marketing firm called Resolve. We visited the Discovery Center, but the main reason we were there was to meet all the other TAP classes in schools around the province. For Take Your Kid to Work Day, we went to the TCRCE Hebron Operations Center, and we also visited web.com. On a separate occasion, we went to the Cape Horseshoe Light Station to gather data for our project, How Safe is Our Water? And just recently, we went and visited the Mariner Center, and we learned about all the equipment and the camera equipment they use there.
What are the benefits of TAP? So at the completion of this program, we receive a free technology diploma and an IT strand. We receive multiple opportunities for jobs that make good salaries, and we receive lots of hands-on experience. And we are currently in progress of building relationships with IT partners.
So part 2, water issues in Yarmouth. We're currently working on a very open, broad topic. That topic is, how safe is our water? We've thought of a few things, including tourist deaths due to slipping on rocks and being washed away. Also, we've been working on water pollution such as litter and algae problems. One solution we've thought of was putting water filling stations around towns and tourist attractions so we can supply everyone with clean drinking water on the go. Also, it could cut down on plastic bottles, thus reducing waste washing into the ocean. We believe we could help healthy lifestyles by adding water stations to running trails to support walking and running with reusable bottles. Another problem is algae blooms. Algae blooms use up oxygen, thus causing a cut in aquatic life. Algae blooms are caused by high levels of nutrients in sunlight.
Here we have a map on places near Yarmouth that have experienced algae blooms. We have Lake Park, Forest Glen, Lake Hogan, and Forest Glen, and Lake Fanning and Carlin from 2008 to 2009. Litter problems. Litter destroys ecosystems, animal habitats, and contaminates water. To fix this problem, we could hire students to pick up trash. We know this could work because the O2 program at YCMHS has picked up a total of 23,773 pounds of garbage around Yarmouth voluntarily. Water scarcity. In Nova Scotia, we're lucky that we don't need to worry about the scarcity of our water. However, the drought conditions in summer 2016 and the lack of rain this past summer are becoming major concerns. How can we make sure that Yarmouth and communities surrounding Yarmouth have clean water? Water scarcity. We could add a big water filter station that filters the water in the ocean before it reaches Yarmouth. It would cost millions, but the effect of it would last for years. Then there's an option for desalination of water. The process is boiling water, boiling salty water, so that the salt is removed and the result is fresh water. We should invest in technologies that do this, because if we don't, we may not have fresh water in the future. Another option is purchase this product called Life Straws. Life Straws filter 99.99% of bacteria and salt out of water, and they can be washed. The filters can be washed for multiple uses, and they can be used for multiple water types. And for every Life Straw sold, the company will build wells in places like Africa that experience water scarcity.
This is the Coastline Safety App presented by me, Cameron Brown.
And Jaden Marshall.
So the problem or issue is locals and tourists are getting injured at popular tourist locations around the coast. For example, local Cape Shoot Light Station and Peggy's Cove. They're getting too close to the black rocks or the rocks that are too close to the coast and injuring themselves.
How it affects locals and tourists. Tourists and locals are getting injured from Nova Scotia's rugged coastline. Twisted ankles, rolled ankles, and even death. When people fall into the water or slip on the rocks, it's very hard to help them because of the rough terrain. With that in mind, we want to ensure the safety of the locals and tourists along our coastline, so we keep them coming back.
So to see this problem firsthand, we went to visit our lighthouse, and as a class, we collected data around the area there. So we found as a class that there aren't many warning signs, and in some places where there are fencing, it just stops for some reason and creates a hazard where someone could fall. Therefore, we feel locals and tourists to our rough coastlines need to be more mindful of our potential dangers at our light station and others around the province.
We think of using geofencing. Geofencing is the use of GPS technology to create a virtual geographic boundary or a virtual wall around the perimeter of certain areas. We could then place Bluetooth computer chips in the rocks around dangerous specific areas at Cape Shoot and Peggy's Cove. As people cross dangerous areas, a notification will be sent through the embedded computer chips to GPS satellites that will send alerts or notifications to your phone.
To advertise our app, we thought of putting ads on government websites or on different social media pages, but for the audience that don't have access to either of those, we could put signs at these tourist locations with maybe like a QR code so they could take a picture with their phone or get an idea of it so they know this is a thing. And we also thought of an idea to link other tourist attractions through our app to maybe get more popularity in different Nova Scotia places that aren't seeing much people or tourists or anything. So we thought that could help our tourist attractions because people don't know about these different places. So I believe us as a community, we are very lucky to have a great tourist destination being the light station and it being such a beautiful spot. People always want to get pictures there and people are always out there. So I believe we need to keep this place good, running, and as safe as possible so we keep people coming back. So we here have a model that we thought of building. So my partner here, Jaden, is going to point out. So here in the picture, where it's pointing is where we're putting the chips. It's in as we thought, a dangerous area where the black rocks are, and it's a caution. So there's a person there. There's a person there now over the rocks. So their phone is now alerting them, and they have a notification on their phone that has just vibrated or made a noise saying that, oh, you're past a certain place, you should get back because this is a hazard and you might injure yourself. So that's our idea of this, and we hope it should work. So we want to say thank you for listening to our project and for inviting us to present. This is a huge honor, and I'm sure everyone here is thankful for this opportunity, being, I think, the first from the high school to present in front of you guys. So thank you very much.
I think it's opposite. I think we should be thanking you. Thanking you for coming, so thank you very much for that informative presentation. When you went on some of your field trips, and I'm going to open it up for anybody with questions, when you went on some of your field trips, did you see opportunities? I know you guys are only, grade 9? Did you see opportunities that in the next 10 years that you could be working in a computerized field right here in southwestern Nova Scotia and stay right here in our community?
Yeah, well, we've gone to certain locations, but we haven't been anywhere around Yarmouth. But I think in the near future, we visited places so far that we've seen, oh, this is a great opportunity. I think this technology field is going to be good. So yeah, our field trips are definitely going to help us.
Hey, the one with the chips in the rocks, is there any other place that uses that technology? Because I can think there'd be lots of applications for something like that, not only with safety issues, but with other things too.
Well, what I found there, this is the first of a kind that we thought of. I haven't seen anything, but I'm sure maybe someone's had the idea, but for now, we thought of this and haven't really saw anything else, so I think it's good.
Good. I think we're going to go Councillor Cleveland next. Go ahead, Wade.
All right, first off, thank you very much for the presentation you made. It was fantastic. And congratulations for what you guys are doing. It's an amazing thing. And the question I wanted to ask you guys, I see that you've laid out a few problems and you've come up with some technology-based solutions to them. If we were to come up with other problems for you, you'd be interested in perhaps grabbing hold of those as well?
Sure. Well, our program is all about solving problems, so if you guys can find a problem, I'm sure we'll try to solve it.
Excellent. Thank you.
Councillor McLeod.
I think it's an outstanding presentation. Thank you so much, everybody. And I'd love to see the support of the parents and the teachers here. I think the presentation is so great that maybe, is there a way that we, the town, could consider having it on our website? I think it's truly outstanding. And I just wondered if that's a possibility, and if that was a possibility, how would we go about that? Anyway, I can't thank you enough. I wasn't sure what I was going to expect, but I got a whole heck of a lot more than what I thought I was going to get. So thank you very, very much. Wonderful. Thank you.
The principal.
Well, I want to thank you for representing our school, number one thing. I also want to put out to the staff and the supporters, family and everybody that this is new and this is the way of the future. I wish you would show me some of those talents. I'm old school, and that I know that you are the new generation, and I'm super proud of either being your principal or also knowing how much knowledge that you already know and how much knowledge that you'll pass on, especially to your parents and your grandparents and all those people that are old school. Taking on these new ideas and this new thinking, I think school's moving in that direction where we're creating people to solve problems. I think in the old school days we gave more of a knowledge base. I think nowadays we give a little knowledge, we throw it out to you, and then you come back with answers or solutions. And I think that's outstanding for a new program, and I hope it goes on for many, many more years. Great job.
Councillor Hood, I think. Cliff.
I wonder if any of your leaders or teachers or professors have talked to you about how safe the water actually is that we drink in our town, especially as compared to parts of the county where more than half the people live that don't have a water treatment facility. We have a state-of-the-art water treatment facility in Lake George, and at the other end, where our water and sewage ends up going into the harbor, we have a state-of-the-art sewage treatment plant, which we built 20 years before Halifax did theirs. I think it would be interesting for you people, we would perhaps extend an invitation to have you have a tour of each of these facilities. I'm just putting that out there. I think that would be enlightening to you as a group to understand the processes that we use to provide safe drinking water and to treat what goes through us and ends up as sewage at the other end where it goes into the ocean. And if your class leaders would get a hold of us, I think we could arrange something like that. I'd have to talk to my people first.
I'd like to go on that tour too, I know we all would.
So I'll leave that with you for now.
Yeah, I think, speaking on behalf of them, I believe we'd be happy to do that. Thank you for the offer. That'd be great.
So, we'll see what we can do about that. We'll follow up on that. Thank you.
Wait, you have a comment or your?
Just a really quick one. There was one thing that I had a conversation with one of your teachers, Mr. Whitaker, about it, and he was talking about one of the things that you would come up with. I kind of expected it to show up here, but I wanted to mention, actually for everyone else, but remember we had all those power outages where we were out of power for days there for a period of time, and some of us were, and everybody was having trouble charging their phones, and you guys had come up with the idea of a charging station that was solar powered that you could put on park benches, because remember how nice the weather was. You guys are fantastic. That's the kind of innovation that not just works so well in a small town like this, but works so well everywhere. And I could just imagine Yarmouth being the center of this kind of innovation that excites the heck out of me. So congratulations to you guys. And we're going to get one of those t-shirts.
We'll make it a priority.
And the other thing is again, I'd like to thank you for the presentation, but I'm going to throw a challenge back to the group. I don't want you to go back, I want you to go back to school, and I want you guys to think of innovative ways. Last week, I think it was Municipal Awareness Week, and we're always talking about a youth council. How can we relate to our youth? How can we get our youth more involved? But I think it's almost time, and I think Councillor Barry was the last one to get elected. He talked about it on his platform a little bit, is getting the youth involved in the process. Even though they're younger than the voting age right now, I think it's a great opportunity for you guys to teach us, as Councillor Barry, Principal Barry said, us old dogs do tricks. I know in grade 9, I think I just learned to tie my sneakers, let alone figuring out ways to fall off the rocks. But you guys did a fantastic job. I want to go back and think how you can keep us in the loop and we can keep you in the loop. We want to have, I think the Mayor Moody said it numerous times, a youth-related council. And we need not old people like us telling you guys what to do, but you guys coming back to us with ideas. And we have a new and innovative engineering department now, even though we have a chillable veteran there, Mr. Brophy, he just started. In the last couple of weeks, we got the Mario back there as a kind of a climate change guru that came in to help us on that. So we have innovative ways and innovative people here now at the town of Yarmouth. So we don't want to make this a one and done. We want you to come back. Maybe do this maybe once or twice a year. And maybe we're going to have to, we'll get, maybe Stacy will have to get a report card and you can grade us on how we are responding to your needs, not the other way around. So thank you very much, and if there's anything that we can do, let us know, and we'll take those things under advisement. Council Hood came up with a great idea, maybe to tour some of the town facilities and show what we offer in composting and water treatment and water distribution. So on behalf of the town council, all the parents, students, teachers, Yeah, come on up. Let's get Frank, get a camera. Let's get a picture up here with everybody. Come on up. We can get a picture, a group picture. Everybody come up.